call Wike to order. Labour Party, Nnpp warned President Tinubu over Wike's attack on Kingibe. So on Kingibe's matter, Ireti Kingibe called Wike to order. Labour Party Nnpp warns President Tinubu. Exactly. Wike is becoming something else. He has been forming rivalry with Ireti Kingibe, who happens to be the lawmaker representing FCT. Okay, Ireti Kingibe is a senator, and Wike is a minister. So they are supposed to work together to see how that FCT can be made a better place. But because of Wike's antagonistic and rivalry nature, he has been forming rivalry with the woman since he became a minister of FCT. So right now, it has gotten to because he was commissioning a project which Tajuddin Abbas, the Speaker of the House of Rep, attended on behalf of the National Assembly, and then all of them were there. The next day is this guy started throwing tantrums, okay, against Kingibe. Now the thing has gotten to a point where everybody's reacting now, okay, and in the process, Wike came out to say that he dares Kingibe to contest in 2027, that he assures her that she will not win the election in 2027 again as a senator representing FCT. Why would he be challenging her and challenging to unseat her? How can that be? So in the midst of all of that, both Labour Party and Nnpp have come together to tell Tinubu to call Wike to order, and they've even told him that, look, FCT is not Rivers State, be careful. So I'm sure Wike is beginning to dance into a bigger trouble, because the one he created in Rivers State is yet unsolved, and now he's creating another one in FCT for himself. This is bad. The Labour Party and the New Nigerian People's Party, Nnpp, have come together, okay, to urge Bola Ahmed Tinubu to call the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, to order, following his threat to block the re-election of the lone senator of the nation's capital, Ireti Kingibe, in 2027. The Labour Party demanded a reprimand of the minister, reminding him that while he was just an appointee of the president, Kingibe was elected by the people of the territory. So given this position, in an interview with the Nigerian Tribune on Tuesday, the chairman of Labour Party in FCT, Peter Adugu, said, "We are advising President Tinubu to call Wike to order. He is just an appointed minister by the president. Okay, for Ireti, election into the Senate in the FCT has a process in which Ireti satisfied, meeting all the requirements before becoming senator." The party boss reminded Wike that his threat amounts to nothing, stating that, "We do not know on whose authority he is speaking. We want him to know that this is not Rivers and the FCT is not an extension of Rivers State. It is the Labour Party that would decide whether Ireti is coming back or not Wike. He does not have any right or locus of asking her to go and focus on 2027. That is not his business. Does he not know that he is a tenant in FCT, merely appointed by the president? And if Mr. President decides to remove him, he will be removed without any ceremony." On his part, the national chairman of the Nnpp, Ajuji Ahmed, described Wike's attack on Senator Kingibe as verbal violence. He said Wike does not have the power to stop other politicians' re-election because he is not the one who brought such politicians to the office in the first instance. That the attack amounts to verbal violence because there is no reason why Wike, should do that. He is not in the Labour Party. It was the Labour Party that elected her. So he has nothing to do with Labour Party, and he is not the entire electorate of the FCT. There is no way somebody can stop someone from being re-elected in 3 years' time. It is not a salary statement he stated. Exactly. So Tinubu should know that Wike is beginning to overstep his bound. But I think I see a bigger problem in Nigeria, because even in the midst of Wike's arrogance, Tajuddin Abbas has come out to support him, who is the Speaker of the House of Rep. Okay, and then the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, has also come out to support Wike. And I know in the last, I think in about a month ago, that Wike inaugurated a flyover. He brought in Tinubu to that inauguration, where Tinubu also vowed to offer every support, give every support to Wike in FCT. So Wike is riding on federal might, and that is what is elevating his level of arrogance. And how are we going to run a country like that, where one man's arrogance is being supported by federal might, supported by National Assembly and the executive arm of government? So how can that continue to be? That is very bad. No matter what they are doing, they should understand that this promotion of arrogance by the federal might is unacceptable in the eyes of anybody. Okay, so now attacking Nnpp Kingibe. First of all, Nnpp Kingibe turned 70. Meanwhile, Wike is still around 56, 57, a very young man for that matter. Now you're attacking a woman that is 70 already and is doing her best, and she's not arrogant, she's not insulting anybody. And so Wike's arrogance should be checkmated. Wike's arrogance should be checked seriously. And that is why the Labour Party and Nnpp have come together to tell Mr. President, check the way Wike is behaving. Is becoming unusual, is becoming unacceptable. Okay, I've got some comments here from a few individuals about this matter. And someone saying Wike is a useless man. He has perfected a plan to rig FCT election in 2027. Exactly. Believing everything is riggable, put in FCT, it not go work. The so-called Northern youth elders will not see what Wike is doing to their sister and teach him a lesson. But if it is to cause violence in the name of banditry, they will do it. Alcoholic minister, you are talking out of intoxication. They have given it to him. Wike rubbishing a senator in her own federal constituency. Is it because the senator is a woman? This is nonsense. Wike is intoxicated by the strong wine he is addicted to. He doesn't know that Tinubu can remove him as minister tomorrow. Already Tinubu has said or has vowed that he will support him, he will give him every assistance that he needs. The Speaker of the Federal House of Rep has vowed to support him. The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, has vowed to support him. So he's getting the power of the executive and the federal legislature. So, and that is what is giving him the impetus to do what he's doing. And that is where I have the problem. The president, the executive, and the legislative arm of government need to checkmate what their ministers are doing. Even though the ministers are under the executive need to check them and be sure that they are not overpowering this guy. They are not, or rather, giving him over privilege and too much power to operate. Perhaps he thought that FCT is an extension of Rivers State. He is not in tune to the reality of the time. Yes, in a civilized society, he ought to have been called to order. His utterances is not befitting of a minister. Exactly. He's not befitting of a minister of a Federal Republic of Nigeria. Not Wike alone, others should be called to order too. Are they expecting Labour Party to win the senatorial seat in 2027? Definitely Wike will work against Kingibe, and that is not a crime. So what I do not understand is Nnpp's concern about the Wike Kingibe face-off. What's your business with that? So the issue is that where Wike is, ballot box does not count. So somebody say, why all this noise? Ballot box will decide. But where Wike is, he's going to cause trouble. What they have planned to do is to make sure that Labour Party does not have place in FCT and that they give FCT to APC. That is exactly what Wike wants to do. That's exactly what Tinubu has assigned Wike to do. And that is why both the executive and the legislative arm of government is supporting Wike to do this. And I wonder how this is going to work in FCT. FCT need to sit up. I don't know why we are so docile in this side of the world. What these people are doing is just unacceptable. So thank you for listening. Let's have your comment over the reaction of Nnpp and Labour Party against Wike's insult to Nnpp Kingibe, and somehow supported by the federal and legislative arm of government.